What's up, Wargamers? Welcome back to World of Wargaming. I'm Isaiah. This is Cannoli, and we would both like to welcome you back to another episode of Perilous Tales. Now, if you aren't familiar with it, Perilous Tales is a solo co-op pulp horror adventure game from Mike Hutchinson, creator of Gaslands, and I love it. It lets me use a whole bunch of models that I have laying around. It gives me an excuse to buy/print new cool models that I might not otherwise have used, and it's got a fun, flavorful, old school, TV show-ish kind of feel to it because everybody comes back. Nobody dies permanently. Everybody comes back for the next episode. So this time, Division 0 has been sent into the French Alps to investigate a castle stronghold of a mad scientist who has been capturing, torturing, butchering the local populace in the name of so-called science. We don't like that, do we, Cannoli? No. So, Division 0 is going to show up and hopefully deal with this fella. So if you haven't liked, subscribed, or hit that bell notification yet, please consider doing those things. It really does help me out. And let's get into this episode of Perilous Tales.
On tonight's episode of Perilous Tales, Division 0 is called up once again, this time to the French Alps, to dispatch the mad scientist as well as his laboratory of horrors.
Alright, so today's game is going to be Division 0 and the mad scientist. We're deep, in those French Alps. So we're going to be playing the mad scientist villain set with the hidden laboratory location. So the hidden laboratory location comes with the following perils: utterly horrible, disaster strikes, and 1,000 cuts. And I don't want to read them yet because I don't really want to know what's coming. My objectives, however, I will share with you. Kill the master, 3 points if the master's dead at the end. Activate the contraption, which is what these switches are. And I thought it was super fitting that I randomly drew that, considering mad scientist Frank, Dr. Frankenstein vibes. So that was super, super clutch. Kill the master, also very fitting random draw because obviously I was sent here as Division 0 to deal with this crazy person. And then the last one, also really fitting and thematic. I just love it. Set the explosive. So I not only, do I need to kill the evil doctor, I need to activate his machine, see if it works, write down how it works, and then destroy it. Because that's what we do at Division 0. So let's go ahead and get into turn 1 of this Perilous Tale. So this is tough because I drew a really aggressive pinpoint things. It's corridor, and it's just they're everywhere. Like, they're very close within my deployment zone. So I'm going to try. Let me see. So I'm going to activate Hawkeye. And I'm going to move up, and then I'm going to see if I have line of sight to spot it. Let me back up for a second. I should have mentioned the terrain, all the furniture, barrels, everything is obscuring, but it is not blocking. So it would grant a cover bonus, but it will not block line of sight. You can still shoot over it, move over it, everything else. I can see this objective, so I'm going to make a skill test to see if I can see what it is. Alright, difficulty 7. So that'll be 2 successes. So I will spot that in 4, which is going to be a botched experiment, I think. That's not too bad. Bo is going to move up. We're just right behind here, and he is going to activate. He's going to use eyes peeled, so next time something pops out, he's going to get a shot at it. Next is going to be Tex, who I think I don't want to move him too far. I'm going to move Tex this way. So Tex just taking a slightly forward position. Dan is going to move up into here. Or not Dan, Hank. And then Dan is going to move up within 6. I mean, not cheat, because this does matter. So we want to go 4, which is right about there. And then this is going to activate in spring. We already know that it's a botched creation, or a, what's it called? Yeah, no, botched creation. Will appear and ambush. Eyes peeled will go off. Normally, eyes peeled gives you disadvantage. However, Bo is a marksman, so he always has advantage to shoot. So the two cancel each other out. So it's just a +1 roll. Minimum difficulty 5. So minimum difficulty 5, that'll be 2 hits, which will be 2 damage. So that level is 1, and the threat roll always has advantage. So that is 2 successes. Well, no, wait. Yeah, because that goes away with the disadvantage. So that is 0 successes. Successes is a threatening overture. Dun, dun, dun. So we just have a 2 that will pop up. None of the markers will move. So that's fortunate. Quick correction here. This has a special rule called hangback, which says that when it's revealed, it just stays centered on the threat marker that it was revealed from. So I would still shoot at it, but it wouldn't be over here. The reaction, when I shot this, it would have moved an inch towards the closest unrevealed threat marker. So it'd be right there. For the check, he uses the lurker behavior. The check there does nothing, and then it's not within an inch to raise the alarm. It's not within range to do a villainous attack, so it will move, and it will skulk 6 inches towards the closest unrevealed threat marker, which will be this one. And then it will do a fallback action because it did nothing in the second step. So it will do up to no good, which is, if this model is the first model this round to take this action while in range of any unrevealed threat marker, increase the threat level by 1. So that will increase my threat level because it is within an inch of this, but it is not within a range to do a villain. Bringing us to the end of that round because there are no other villains. So we'll go to heroic things, where I'm going to activate Tex. I'm going to take a shot at this fella. All right, so he's 4 skill right now because he's a crack shot, and shooting itself is +1. So that's going to be minimum 5. So that's going to be 3 hits and 2 crits. Total of 5 damage for that shot, because the 10s are crits and they count as 2 successes. More than enough to kill that Labus, or kill that botch. Making a heck of a crack shot. Tex is going to move right around here. Next, I'm going to activate here, and I'm going to, can't really see that one, so I'm going to try to spot hidden on this. That's failed. I don't like not knowing. I'm going to use my other action to try it again. Oh, that is a misfortune. Super fail. Bo is going to move up, basically walking in Tex's footsteps to where he was, and he's going to use eyes peeled. He's just going to kind of walk this line right here. Try to be chill. And then Dan is going to activate. He's going to use 1 to give Bo a focus. He's going to take a second and focus himself, get his mind right, and then he's going to move towards that unrevealed threat. All right, finishing his movement there, which will activate this fellow, who will ambush because he does not have the hang back rule. So then Bo, with his eyes peeled, will shoot. Now in this situation, because of the focus, he will have advantage because his inherent advantage is canceled by eyes peeled, and then that leaves this advantage remaining to take effect. As always, the minimum is 5. So I have advantage. So the 4 goes to a 5, which will be 3 hits. Lurker, so there's nothing around to raise the alarm, so he will just swing at Dan. Right. He is skill 5. Minimum difficulty here would be 4. So that's a 7. So that'll be 1, 2 successes. So that'll be 2 damage on Lieutenant Dan. So technically, before that happened, I needed to do my threat check. Currently threat level 3. Always has advantage, so that'll be 3 successes. We do the crawling chaos. So I got to make a horror check for everybody. So Lieutenant Dan. Ooh, that's misfortune. That's not good. Hank. Good. Bo. Good. Hawkeye. Good. Tex. Good. Okay, because I just remembered it, you get 1 reroll of a skill check per game. I'm going to use it for Lieutenant Dan to hopefully not have that misfortune result on a horror check. 6, okay, we're good. Right, then we tighten the noose. Everything moves in an inch to a hero that it can see within 10 inches or towards the middle of the board, like that one did. This one has moved within 6 of Tex, so that will be a 7, which we want to be Disaster Strikes. When revealed, the attacker suffers a skill 7 attack. Whoo! Okay, let's see what we get. The 1, 2, 3. The red dice is the skill dice, or the difficulty dice. 5. Oh my goodness gracious! That's 2, 10. That's a lot of successes. So that's 2, 4, 6. Then all of that attack right there would have happened. And also, I forgot to mention, during that, he's tough, so he would have only taken 1. Okay, so bringing us to hero phase, I'm going to activate Lieutenant Dan, who is going to give this friend a pep talk, and then I'm going to swing at this lab. Advantage, minimum skill is the target skill, so that's a 5. So minimum skill 5, so that'll be 2 successes. And I'm going to swing at him again. Oh, I forgot something. Lieutenant Dan is a brute. I have 3 more dice to roll here. So that'll be 2 more damage. Will then swing again. This time I do not have advantage. Target number minimum is 5. That is more than enough to kill that. All right, next up, Tex is going to move back. Yes, and back to there's nothing else really for him to do right now. He will focus. Hank is going to move up and administer some because of my pep talk. So yeah, that's going to be 4 successes. Let me make sure there's not a minimum. So that'll be 4 successes, and that is 2 wounds per success. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8. He's back up to full health. Hawkeye is going to move over. And try to spot hidden on that threat marker, not objective. Oh, right. So that's definitely 8, which is going to be another peril, which is going to be either 1,000 cuts or the other one. Okay. So I'm going to move Dan up towards that switch. Sorry, not Dan. Dan has already gone. I'm going to move Bo. I'm going to move Bo this way and try to plant some explosives. No. Yes. Yes. Move Bo this way. Try to plant some explosives. Skill check. That is a misfortune, so he will not place all my heroes. We'll go to the villainous step. We do our threat check at skill 4. Always has advantage, so that is 5 successes. From the shadows, there's not a master on the table yet, but I will be spawning a minion closest to Dan because he is the one that has the fewest models within 3 inches. So it says a random minion, but not a unique one. I'm not sure if unique is a keyword or if it means a threat number where it's not, you know, like there's only a, this is unique to 3, this is unique to 2. So I think I would get a botched creation here. Horror checks for the Crawling Chaos for Dan. He's good. For Hank. Ooh, that's a misfortune. For Bo, that's a misfortune. For Hawkeye, that's a fail. And for Tex, oh my goodness. Titans. And we move to our monster who is a lurker. So check doesn't matter. There's nothing there to raise the alarm. So we'll make a venomous attack. All right, so it'll be a villainous attack and then a skull difficulty 7 because I'm a brute. So that is 2 hits, no crits. Tough ignores one of them. So back to the hero phase where Dan will focus himself and then we'll take a swing at the 7 with advantage. So that'll be minimum difficulty of 5, which will be 2 hits. Swing again. So minimum 5. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4. If I enough to kill that botched creation. So plink, that's all he can do. Hawkeye is going to move this way and try to spot hidden on that threat. Ooh, that is a fail. Going in blind. Bo is going to move up. Stay outside of 6. But move up to about here. And we're going to do eyes peeled on. Next, I'm going to have Tex. Double move. And activate this and flip this over. 5 is another botched creation, which will hang back on the threat marker where it is revealed. I will then get an eyes peeled attack here because I'm a marksman. I mean, that's a high difficulty, but I got a crit, so that'll be 2 damage to a threat check. So 6. That's 1. 5 successes. This will be a non-unique monster behind Dan because he has the fewest friendlies within 3. Because he has. So we go to villainous actions. So here we'll have this lurker. So it will raise the alarms. It's closest to the heroic board edge. So nothing to raise the alarm, and then villainous attack. Minimum difficulty 7. 1 success, which will be reduced by tough to none. Sculpt. There are not currently any. This hasn't been revealed. I just know what it is. There are not currently any objectives or threat markers that are out of line of sight, so it will move towards the one closest to the enemy board edge. This one was supposed to make a reaction. Stepped forward when I shot at it, when I hit it with that eyes peeled shot. That's the part I tend to forget that, and I'm working on it. So then there's nothing in range for its raise the alarm. There's nothing in range for its villainous attack, so it will then skulk this way towards that objective. So I forgot to move. I forgot to tighten the noose. So this would have actually been. Oh, hold on. Widget. Yeah, so that one will go off, which is an 8, so I'll draw a peril. And then this one would raise the threat level by 1 for up to no. So I have to make a horror check. He's the only one because he's the only one within 6 of it. So I have to make a horror check with disadvantage. Whew, so that is a misfortune. So that's obviously going to fail. And I will, now that we're back on track, we will go to the hero phase where I will how far away is this? I can get there. Yeah, Tex is gonna double move to this switch, which does not bring me within 6 of that threat marker. Bo is going to move to here and take a shot at this box marksman, so he always has advantage. Minimum would be 5. That'll be 2, 3, 4. And will not be able to raise the alarm. Hawkeye here has got some advantage. He's focused still. He had a pep talk. So he's going to move, and he's going to try to place some explosives. Minimum 3. That's a success right there. Next up, Dan, who has focus, is going to double move and swing at this botch. I have advantage. So minimum is going to be 5. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is enough to just slice that creation in half. Hank is going to double move to follow to villainous phase. Threat check. Advantage, but minimum 5. So, oh my goodness, there's finally one that's not like super good for them. So that's 3-6 for Dan, who is good for Hank, who is super good. He didn't have that many dice. I got to do that again. Who is good for Hawkeye, who is not good for Bo, who is not good, and for Tex, who is good. The News Titans, this will reveal a 3, which is the monster there, and will ambush the reveal. Right. So villainous action, he's just going to swing with skill difficulty of 2. So that's a 4. So these are misses. This is another hit though, so that'll be 5 damage. Is knocked down. That will bring us to the hero phase, because he just stays there. Okay, got a plan. Gonna activate Tex first. Gonna stand up, and then gonna attack. Minimum difficulty 7. No, I'm gonna activate Dan, who's gonna move 4 inches. And then do a call escape from combat action, which he passes with flying right there, at which time Dan will open fire. I am barely in range, but I am in range. So I got 5 dice here. Minimum 5, so that'll be 2 damage. Bo is going to shoot at him twice. Right, so first shot with that BAR, 3 hits, so 3 damage. Second shot with that BAR, 2 more hits, that's 5. So Hawkeye's going to move this way and try to, that's gone. Try to get over this way to try to plant some explosives. Next time, Hank's going to double move to there, which will finish up my hero phase, so we'll make a minimum difficulty 5. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes. Spawned a minion. We tighten the noose. Now we got to make some horror checks. So for Hank, he's good. For Hawkeye, he's good. For Dan, he's good. For Bo, he's good. And for Tex, he is good. Okay, so villainous actions. This one will activate first because it is closest to my board edge. During the noose tightening step, both of these will reveal, which is the last peril as well as 1,000 cuts. So that's a skill 3 attack. Target number 8 getting 1 success. Tough taking that to none success. Mad scientist appearing here and then jumping towards Dan. When the master appears, that takes the threat level to +2. So this will be the last round of the game, and then we'll see what my score card looks like. Threat is above 7, and all the things have been revealed. So he will use aggressive, so he will just make a villainous attack at skill 5 against minimum difficulty 7. 8 is none successes. And technically he shouldn't have activated first. Again, we should have gone over here to this botched minimum difficulty 2. Oh, that is a misfortune. How fortunate move. And then make a villainous 2. Oh, I could have used a misfortune there. That is enough to absolutely pulverize Tex into a bloody paste. Which will bring us to the conclusion of this episode of Perilous Tales. Didn't quite make my objectives. I didn't kill the master. I didn't activate the contraption. I did score a point for placing some explosions. I'm definitely still getting the hang, trying to get the hang and the tempo of how to play this game, because I've been playing kind of cautiously, and I don't think that's gonna be like it's good to be able to prep for those threat markers, but at the same time, like, I'm losing turns because that threat gauge, like, it gets to 10 really, really, really fast. 1 point for my leader being alive, and 1 point for my small explosion, which is an F. Failure. Let us never speak of this again. Either way, failure or success, I had a great time. I'll probably play this scenario again at some point, because I really, really love this model, and I don't really have anything else to use it for. But either way, regardless of what I decide to do with that, regardless of whether or not I play this mission again on or off camera, I'm grateful that you stopped by and hung out with me today while I played it. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and as always, my friends, may the dice be ever in your favor. And as always, I'd like to say a big, huge, from the bottom of my heart, thank you to our patrons who support us and pledge to us over on Patreon. You guys are the absolute best. If you enjoyed the content you saw here today, and that's something that you would like to consider doing to help out the channel, go over there, check out the link in the description, check out the Patreon. There's a lot of cool stuff over there, including access to our Discord server. Talk to me, hang out with me, talk about our work, what we got going on in the hobby, some shout outs, all kinds of cool stuff. Check it out if that's something that you think you would be into. And regardless of whether or not you do that, I want you to know that I am incredibly grateful that you decided to stop by and spend part of your day with me today, rolling dice and pushing toy soldiers around. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and as always, may the dice be ever in your favor.